Hey fellow Brick fans, DJ Bricks here, back for another review. And before we get started with today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see and you want to see more content. Lego Marvel stuff I specifically try to upload every single Saturday on the channel. And getting into today's set, we have Lego Marvel Spider-Man 2021 set. It is Spider-Man and Sandman Showdown. It is set number 76172. It has 45 pieces. Retails in the in the United States here for $10, and it is aimed at that special price age range of 4+, which means that it's more of a juniors build because it's aimed at a demographic where kids who are too old for Duplo but not quite ready for the system regular sets. It's aimed at them to kind of be an easy build for them to at them as an easier build to quickly build up something that they can play with and not get frustrated and whatnot. And let's start getting into the set and deconstructing it and see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigure. Taking a look at the figures of this set, first we're going to look at the titular hero himself, Spider-Man. He does come with this giant web piece for him to use as a web. It's pretty much a piece we've gotten before, especially in this color a lot. But taking that away from him for a minute, it is the new Spider-Man that we are getting for 2021 that has these nice printed arms. I mean, the one problem with them is the red is not really printed all that well. It's a little too dark on his arms there because it is a lighter color being printed on a darker color. So that is something to watch out for. He has some nice back printing as well as some back head printing that we've been seeing with Spider-Man since the beginning when we first got him. If you want to see my full thoughts for this figure, just go check out a previous review of other Spider-Man sets, but fairly basic here, not much to say. Let's move on to the more interesting figure of this set. This 4+ set, we get a new awesome version of Sandman here. He does come with that Nexo Knights stone piece molded in tan with some dark tan molded inlay. It's not new. It came in the 2019 set that had him in it. The torso is new. It's shown, as always with Sandman figures and action figures, they want to show him partially transforming into sand if you couldn't figure out that he's the Sandman villain. So his torso there is transforming into halfway between his normal green striped sweater there and his sand one, which that printing does reflect his torso in that 2019 set perfectly. A stark departure for the Sandman figures is he comes with that Mutt Williams hairpiece instead of the Widow Peak hairpiece he's come with in the past, and then that head. That head is the far and away the most disappointing part of this figure. It is the angry clone head that the Star Wars fans have been kind of mocking and making fun of. So I guess with the Star Wars sets getting different heads for all their troopers and especially the skin tone accurate ones for the clone troopers in particular, I guess that head came over to Marvel here to be used here. I don't have a problem with it being used as a generic head, particularly because different designers draw Sandman differently, but the eyebrows don't even match the hair color, so I don't mind that it's a generic angry head. It's just that head doesn't work for the Sandman figure that they got going on here. But that does it for looking at Flint Marco here. Let's move on to the builds of the set. So with the set, you get two separate builds here. You get something for Spider-Man and something for Sandman. They're both give something for each character here. But let's start by looking at the Spider Buggy here. And looking at the main build for the set here, we have what Lego calls his Spider Buggy. So it is like a 4+ version of his iconic Spider Buggy from the comics. It is made up of two of these new pieces for 2021. It's what is supposed to be like ATV with suspension motorcycle piece, and it does emulate the suspension well. It is nicely molded. You get two of them here, and they're just clipped together with a couple of Technic pins, as well as the wheels here. Those Technic pins are in yellow, and they are in that color for the first time. You do have some nice shaping up top for the few amount of pieces used here. You do have a nice little exhaust here with nice use of parts here with a flame piece, so kids can imagine that nicely. Front of the hood here, you do have nice slope piece with a nice amount of printing. Again, there's no stickers in the 4+ sets. And then you have a nice little seating area with a steering wheel that you can put Spider-Man at nicely. Just sit him down, and he just sits like that. Again, there's not much to this build, but that's similar to a lot of 4+ sets, but it does roll nice. Kids can play with it nice, but that does it for the main build of the set. Let's look at the sand bank. So the other half of the build in the set is a little play structure for Sandman. It's made up of a couple of tan and dark tan pieces, just to make that little look for that it's made out of sand here. However, they do have this catapult piece in black. It's only coming one other set in that color, as well as you can see another one of those yellow Technic pins here. You got a nice bit of studs here where you can put minifigures like Sandman to battle. And then right here, this little pillar of around 1x1 cylinders. It's just ammo for the catapult if you want to shoot at Spider-Man, but it does give you that nice little area for storing, which I always approve of, so kids don't lose those pieces. But that does it for Sandman's little, for extra pieces in this set, or in this case extra piece, you do get one extra Technic pin piece in that new yellow color that I referenced earlier in the review. So that is nice to get that piece in that color as an extra, but that does it for the extra piece. Taking a look at the instructions, it's pretty small here. You do have that front picture from the box, as well as the QR code, so you can scan it with the tablet and build it that way if you want. This is a pretty small build, junior set, so it's pretty straightforward and easy to build. It has 25 pages worth of building. There on that sheet page, you got the parts list, just in case you need to reorder a piece or whatnot. And on this side of the page, you get a cross out for the Big Kid Spider-Man sets from the Winter Wave, as well as the upcoming Spider Layer coming out in March. And then on the back of the instructions here, we have the win with a pirate sporting it this time. But that does it for the instructions. So taking a look at the box, it's that standard small size for a $10 and under set. You do have that basic design we've been seeing since 2019 for Spider-Man sets. But as I noted with previous reviews, they did switch out the Spider-Man here to represent the figure that is included in the new sets here. You got the set specs on the side. You got the big 4+ logo in the corner there, just to let you know it is a 4+ set. Top of the box here has the actual size with Spider-Man sporting it. Side of the box just has that comic book Spider-Man. The back of the box just has the basic, what we've come to expect from the 4+ back of the boxes, where it just gives you a whole rundown of every individual part included in the set here, as well as a little call out here showing how easy it is to put together. But that does it for the box. We'll get into my final thoughts for the set. Build wise, nothing really special here. It's just a basic build that we've come to expect from the 4+ line. That's not a bad thing though. Again, 4+, it's aimed at a younger demographic, very easy to build without frustration. I get that. So your kid's not going to have a hard time if they get this set. There's nice amount of part recolors here. That Technic piece, those new pieces here for the motorbike, that specialized piece, I can see Lego using it in a few sets to come. That sand base there, it's fine for what it is. It's just something to give Sandman something to fight Spider-Man with. I do love the little ammo storage there. I think that I always like seeing that, where kids can put something to store it so they don't lose the pieces. Quality-wise, as I brought up, Spider-Man's arms there, they're kind of hit and miss throughout most of these sets. Unfortunately for this one, I did receive one where the red wasn't applied very well on top of that blue. Getting into the figures though, Spider-Man's pretty standard. It's nice to get that printed arm version in a cheap set like this. Usually they skimp out, put like a previous version in here. I'm glad they didn't do that, to give even the young kids a chance to get that version of Spider-Man. Sandman, he is mostly awesome. Again, it's just that head choice. I feel like it doesn't work for it. Again, it's a nice generic angry face to give Sandman, but if they had changed the eyebrow colors, at least it would have worked better for me. Getting into the price of this, $10 for 45 pieces. That may look not that so good of value to some people, but again, with most junior sets, most of them have very few pieces, and what pieces they do have, they are really big ones, so that kind of makes that lessens that price versus piece count there. That's a lot of other Lego fans rail against, but I do think that if you have a little kid who loves Spider-Man, loves superheroes, they're gonna love this set. It offers a great play value for them. You get a nice couple set of figures here. It's a perfect value for a little kid. Collector wise, you get some nice figure, couple parts, recolors, couple new pieces, couple that print on the front of the buggy there, nice. All in all, I'd have to say I give this set a solid 9 out of 10 based off of my standards for what I expect out of a 4+ set. So that does it. I give it a 9 out of 10 again. That does it for this review. Let me know what you think of it in the comment sections below. I always look forward to having an open discussion with you guys about that. But that does it for this review and this video, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep building.